Hello, my name is Arturo Sosa Martinez,
My name is Luis Panejo.
and this is GIC 014, Assessment Event 3 Seminar Presentation. So first of all, what is depression? Depression is the disease or mental disorder that is characterized by deep sadness, a loss of interest, when in everything, generally everything, and a decrease on the psychic functions. You may have difficulty performing activities that you made on your daily life.
The types of depression. Major depression. Depressive symptoms are intense and vigorous episodes. Dysrhythmia. Depression symptoms are less intense and they are very disabling. Adaptive disorder. Depressive symptoms are mild, are present for a short period of time. Other depression disorders. Depressive syndromes that may have part of the set of symptoms of other psychiatric diseases must be included. For example, bipolar disorder, non-psychiatric, for example, amnesia, multiple sclerosis, and hypothyroidism.
So now let's go a little bit deeper on major depression. This disorder is suffered by people who have suffered or suffer a major depressive episode. There are two subtypes of these kinds of episodes: the single episode and the recurrent episode. The single episode is that person only have one major event of their life, and the recurrent episode if there has been at least another major episode. And episodes may appear in time spans of weeks or months.
Dysrhythmia, also called persistent depressive disorder. It has less intense symptoms, but they are disabling since they are chronic. It lasts a minimum of 2 years. You may lose interest in normal activities of everyday life, that you feel hopeless, that you become unproductive and have low self-esteem and generally feel ineptitude.
Then depression of adaptive disorder. This has mild symptoms, and it's the shortest one of them all during a maximum of 4 months. It's caused by difficulty in adjusting to a vital event or a stressful event of a big emotional impact. This is more frequent on women as they are more emotional than men. And there's always a trigger that starts the stress of that person.
Other depressive disorders. This category includes depressive disorders that do not meet the criteria for inclusion in other categories. Bipolar disorder causes drastic changes of high and low temperament. Disorder, attitudinal changes in menstruation, post-psychotic depressive disorder in schizophrenia, manifest by delusional ideas.
So now let's look at some statistics of depression here in Mexico. This data is from INEGI, and as you can see, there has been it's been particularly steady along 3 years. As you can see, men are actually more depressed than women, as you can see on the darker graphs. And there's also a slight decrease on persons that don't know if they are depressed or not. So this is more data. This is from all the states of Mexico, so that's why there are larger numbers. And as you can see, the adults that from this blue graph are a little bit larger than younger people.
Causes of depression. Factors related to patients' personalities such as insecurity, dependence, hypochondria, etc. Environmental factors as economic or family. Biological factors such as brain alterations in neurotransmitters and genetic mutations.
So some symptoms of depression, as you can see on here, are feeling sad or empty, thoughts of their suicide, aches and pains, that you're being overweight, a lack of appetite, poor memory, lack of sleep, fatigue, anger and irritability, no pleasure in activities that you usually did, feeling guilty from things that you are not, feeling worthless, and feeling hopeless or helpless.
Ways to diagnose depression. The main symptoms are sadness, loss of interest, irritation, feel down, fatigue, loss of aptitude, and sleeping problems, such as insomnia.
So now, there are two main ways of the treatments, medical treatments for depression. Those are inhibitors and modulators. Inhibitors are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. As you know, serotonin is the hormone that is specialized on controlling your sadness. And modulators that, instead of affecting the whole neurotransmitters, the whole neuron, they only affect the receptors.
Biological treatment. Electroconvulsion therapy consists of passing small electron currents through the brain to trigger a brief seizure, causing changes in the brain's neurochemistry. Magnetic seizure therapy. Transmission magnetic stimulation, MIMT, is a non-invasive procedure that uses magnetic fields to stimulate nerve cells in the brain to improve symptoms of depression.
So now more statistics in general in depression. So as you can see, this data is from the health administration here in Mexico. And as you can see, only just in Mexico City, there are actually a lot of difference between the women that is depressed being 2,978 and men being depressed 4,648. And in general, looking at different states, like the state of Mexico, Jalisco, Veracruz, and Chihuahua.
How do you say Jalisco in English?
It's a name.
It doesn't have a translation. And as you can see, in all these states, women are being more depressed than men. So it's quite interesting.
Whoa.
Prevention measures. Trust ourselves, surround ourselves with suitable people, ward off negative thoughts, accept that we can't control everything, to look for help.
And then what happens in general to your body from depression? Well, apart from crying and the obvious stuff, there's a psychic body pain that is mainly characterized by having anxiety attacks, fatigue, and also stress attacks. And that's it.
But why one of the prevention methods is to trust ourselves? When we are depressed, we don't trust anyone. We just want to kill ourselves. So how is that a prevention method if we can't like clinically trust ourselves?
Because
It's more like a measure. So one of the symptoms of depression is that you become paranoid and you lose interest in other stuff. You also become less confident. So if you trust yourself and you trust that you're doing the right thing, then you're avoiding depressing.
Is there like a lot of types of depression, or there's only like severities?
well, the most common one is major depression, but it also depends on the for example, medical background or the psychological background of a person.
Okay, very good. Yeah.